Hey Aries, welcome to September 2018. My name's Colleen. Thank you for watching. I am just pulling some cards for you. Well, I'm shuffling right now, but I'm waiting for some cards to present themselves for a message for you for September. And while I shuffle, so Mercury and Mars just recently went direct back in August. And Saturn's going direct September 6th, and Pluto's going direct September 30th. So, ooh, okay, there's the first one. So, everything that's been occurring over the last couple months with the eclipses and the retrogrades and all kinds of stuff, it's been helping us to really understand what's important, and has been helping us clear away what doesn't matter and redirecting our focus and learning lessons. And I feel like the Mercury retrograde helped us articulate exactly what it is that we've been experiencing, what we've been feeling, helping us find words to describe what it is that we most desire for ourselves. And Mars gives us that green light saying, okay, like now you know, and now it's time to go. And that rhymed. Yeah, so we're going to start feeling like things are gaining momentum, but it's going to be a slow start. It's going to be a slow start, and we'll gradually pick up speed as the months continue. Wow, that card really wanted to come out. Okay. Okay, so I feel like the beginning of the month you are learning how to let your guard down. You're letting those defenses down and understanding that you're not a victim in whatever situation is going on, or you're releasing the thought that everything, or the feeling that everything depends on you. And I feel like with all of the signs, oh, my foot's falling asleep. I gotta move my leg. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even see that these two cards were on the ground when the other one flew out. Wow, okay. Maybe that's why my foot was feeling weird, because I had to see those two cards. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Okay. So, that's so weird. Okay. What was I saying? So, Saturn. I feel like with all of the signs, with Saturn going direct, I feel like that's our first challenge, to really test us to see if we are willing to stay committed to what we have recently learned. The lessons that we have learned about how we need to shift ourselves, for the better. Here comes our first test to make sure that we're willing to put our money where our mouth is, basically. And for you, I feel like the test is, are you staying in your joy? Are you staying in your joy? I feel like that is very important. I feel like you're beginning to understand that not everything is dependent on you, especially when it comes to other people. Like maybe other people's happiness isn't dependent on you. Everyone does not have to look to you to solve all of the problems. Or you should not have to feel like everyone has to look to you to solve all the problems, basically. And I feel like there's a letting go of that. A letting go of defenses, as well as feeling like everyone blames you for their unhappiness or anything like that. And I feel like that's when Saturn comes around and says, are you happy? Are you in your joy? Are you doing everything that you can to assure your own happiness? I feel like that is very important for you to really come to terms with this month and really understand if that's where you're going, if that's where you've been, you know. And with that, there's a lot of that, you know, relief, letting go, dropping all of the obligations or all of the responsibility. Like, it's not just you that has the responsibilities for everything. Or when you step into your joy, when you realize that certain things don't make you happy, it's easier to release the control on it, you know. And if it's your job, then you need to be obviously looking for something better, but not just being like, I quit, you know. I mean, maybe it might work for some of you. I used to do that all the time when I was a teenager, and if something did not feel right for me, I literally would just walk out. I'd be like, peace, I'm done, you know. And then it was almost like a week or two later, I would find something better, you know. So if you don't think about it too much, that can work for you. But you know, obviously we're adults and we need to be a little bit more cautious about how we handle that. But you know, that's, you know, to each their own. So anywho, there's a letting go of a burden, at least, of feeling like I have to handle everything, letting that go, or letting go of burdens, feeling like everything is dependent on you. So I feel like that is being released, dropping things that don't matter, which should have been occurring over the last couple months. So I feel like maybe it's just the other shoe drops, you know, with whatever is happening here. Let's see here. So I feel like once you I feel like you're understanding, how to tell when things resonate with you and when things do not. So it's like you are trusting your intuition more, and if you don't like that word, it could be like your happiness radar or your happiness meter, of being able to tell, like, okay, this is happy, this is not happy, like, let's go into this situation, like, where am I on this scale, you know. If I'm over here, okay, I don't want to be in this, so I'm gonna walk out of the room, or I'm going to, you know, stop talking to this person, you know, or I'm going to, I don't know, do something, who knows. But so I feel like your intuition and your personal meter with yourself, you're becoming more resonant with who you are, and understanding who you are and what it is that works for you, what it is that doesn't work for you, and that helps you to let go of things that don't matter anymore, and let go of feeling like everything's dependent on you. And then something happens here. And it's saying that when it comes, and as you move forward with who you are and what works for you, there's a situation that occurs that feels like it requires urgency, but in reality it requires patience. And this is why I'm explaining that. I feel like there's something going on where decisions have to be made and opinions are put upon you, or I feel like there's an urgency. I feel like there's just like something urgent or something between other people, some kind of tension that is being created, and trying to pull you into it. And it's like understanding, okay, how do I feel about this situation? Where is my happiness meter? And I'm going to just be patient and work on my priorities and not get sucked into this kind of drama. So something is going on with a group of people, family or friends or coworkers, that makes you feel like it's urgent and makes you feel, or they're trying to make it seem as if it is of extreme importance, when really it doesn't need to be dealt with immediately. Patience is warranted, and like the difference of energy between these two are very different. I mean, this is where you want to be. This is where I recommend staying towards the end of the month, and I feel like it's going to be easier for you once you really tune into that happiness meter, your intuition, and what it's telling you. Okay, I don't want to be pulled into that energy because I've been feeling so well this month. So I'm just going to pull away. I'm just going to take care of what is important to me, just as I have been over the last couple months, understanding what needs to be let go, slowly dropping things left and right. This doesn't really matter. This doesn't really matter. Okay, like, let's just focus on my own personal happiness and my priorities and take care of that. And when the dust settles, then I'll take a look at what's going on here. You know what I mean? If I have to. Or they can figure it out on their own. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, do you have to dive in and try to fix every situation? Which I feel like is being released in the beginning of the month, where it's kind of like, is everything dependent on me? Is everything dependent on me? Everyone, just because everyone looks at me to fix a situation doesn't mean that I have to, and I feel like, yes, so getting in tune with your intuition is your way of stepping through this gateway of this. The last eclipse kind of opened this gateway for us to whether or not we want to step through it, then and when you step through it, it's like a leveling up in your life. A lot of people have been explaining it as like, a whole new life, but it's not, because you still have your old experiences, you still have your memories of what you went through in the past and everything like that, but it's more of like a maturing. It's like a level of maturity that you're reaching when you step through this gateway. But when you step through this gateway, it's like you have to leave behind everything that hasn't worked for you in the past. And what hasn't worked for you in the past is being responsible for everyone's happiness, or feeling responsible, like feeling like I have to solve everyone's problems. You know what I mean? And that has been pulling you off of your path, for a while. And stepping through this gateway, it's like, okay, everyone is responsible for their own happiness. And no matter what you do, you cannot save another person's life. You cannot, make another person happy if they don't want to be, So they have to handle their own stuff. It's their responsibility to, take care of themselves. You can offer advice and everything to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, it's up to them. Whether they want to take that advice or not, that's entirely up to them and is not anything that you can control. So stepping through this gateway is a leveling up for you to work on your own happiness, take care of yourself the way that you would with anybody else to assure their own happiness. Now it's time for you to put that time and energy and focus onto yourself and your own personal happiness. And that doesn't mean like be an asshole to everybody and cut everyone out, but it's more of a boundary that is being set for you to make clear to others that it's your time. It's your time now. It's your time for your happiness and doing what is right for you. And if they want to, seek happiness elsewhere, outside of themselves, that's on them. But they can't put it on you anymore. So this is a big deal for you guys. And I feel like that's going to you're going to feel a huge shift in the middle of the month, or even towards the end of the month. I feel like it's towards the end of the month when this energy presents itself. I feel like reacting in this way is you're stepping through that gateway. If you get wrapped up in this, you will know that you are still on the other side, on the previous side of the doorway. If you approach it with this kind of energy, then that will tell you that you've stepped through and you've leveled up, you've matured on a higher level. And that is a huge game changer for you. When you step into that energy, anything is possible. Anything is possible. If you've been feeling like nothing's been working out for you, it's because your focus has not been on the right areas. And stepping into this energy, it just opens up so many possibilities because you're stepping into your happiness, and that vibration expands and just attracts everything that you could ever want for yourself. So making sure that you're really tuning into that happiness meter, your intuition, and doing what feels right for you always, always, always. No matter what the circumstances, always doing what feels like it resonates with you. And it's going to take a while for you to really, feel your way through it, but feel your way through it. Okay? And let's see what the fairies have to say. This is a long one. All the other ones have been like 11 or 12 minutes. I feel like you really needed to hear this. It's important for you to hear that it's your time. Alright, fairies. What does Aries need to know? There's like rhyming going on today. I don't understand. Fairies for Aries. Okay, I just got this. No, not yet. Here we go. New home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. So this could be an actual move, could be in the workings, but I feel like if that's something that you want for yourself, you have to step into your own, your happiness vibration for that to really be attracted to you. So if that's something that you want, it will come once you step into that vibration of joy. And you clear away the desperation and the the control and all that stuff, and that'll help that to really be attracted to you. But I also feel like this could mean new home, as in like your flesh casing, basically, because this is your home right now, really. Out of everything else is just it's just whatever, but this is what matters most. And I feel like that's your new home. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, where you take care of yourself more than anything else, more than ever before. And then moving is a step in the right direction for you. So I feel like action is being warranted here, but I feel like it's more of like moving just in general, like exercising and dancing and going for a walk and running and all of that kind of energy. I feel like that is going to help shake off, you know, the burdens of the past, basically. It's going to help shake it off like water on a duck's back, you know what I mean? So there's like a feathering going on here that needs to occur, you know, thinking of like ducks or whatever on a pond, you know how they like do that feather shaky thing, you know, that's something that needs to be occurring right now. Like that's what I'm feeling with the movement. Like when you do that movement, that's how you flutter off that toxic energy of the past, so that you can really get recentered back into your happiness. So if you're starting to feel like happiness meter is like really low, that's when you need to start, you know, shaking it off and moving and dancing and, you know, getting yourself realigned into that, okay? Lots of really important messages here for you this month, Aries. I really hope that this resonates with you. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. I send you so much love, and I will see you in October. Take care.